let you all know that my grandson, from my youngest daughter, is called Yassine because my youngest daughter and Yassine met at Lancaster Youth Clubs and they struck up a friendship. And that friendship lasted until the day he died. And so my grandson is named after him in honour of him.
That's going, they need to get up there, that's what's going up.
Look, at Grenfell Tower at like 1:30 in the morning, people are gonna die and I'm scared.
You can't make sense of how it could have happened without understanding it as a result of systemic failures across a series of different regulatory and administrative systems. And I think the other thing I would say about systemic failure is that these are not coincidental failures. Well, you can say that the context was years of deregulatory policies by successive governments, both Conservative and Labour. Second factor would have been the overarching context of austerity, which was brought in following the 2010 election in this country. And austerity essentially involved shifting the burden of the crisis away from the people who are responsible for it onto the people who are least capable of defending themselves, and they were made to bear the cost.
I don't think there's any one single way you can cut back the health and safety monster. You've got to look at the quantity of rules, and we're cutting them back. I think that will take a lot of fear out of the health and safety monster and make sure that businesses feel that they can get on without feeling that they're going to be strangled by red tape.
The inquiry has revealed apparent flaws in safety regulation. Thousands of tower blocks have been smothered in dangerous cladding.
The report identified the cladding as the primary cause of the fire. Tests showed the cladding materials didn't comply with the recommended fire performance for a building of that height.
So in early 2017, I was thinking of writing a play about the history of housing activism in North Kensington. And then the fire happened and the focus of the play shifted. I knew I couldn't ignore the fire, but I wasn't sure how it was possible to write about it. I knew I didn't want to write about the fire itself. And then sometime in the autumn of 2017, I came across the Grenfell Action Group blog. I suddenly realized that this was a way of writing about the events that preceded the fire rather than the fire itself.
"5 years on, there needs to be a change, and there's been no movement. The government has not implemented the first phase of the Grenfell recommendations, and that is a travesty. We've just come back from Westminster Abbey, and we're going to lay flowers to mark the 72 people who very sadly died. What we're saying is for Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister, and all of the cabinet ministers to take note of what Grenfell stands for. We want to ensure that every single person goes to bed safe in the knowledge that the home is safe."
On that night 5 years ago, the community and the wider public from all over the country came in solidarity and opened their hearts in support of the North Kensington community.
Stand! What is it? Grandstand. After me, grandstand.
You see the walk.
Someone has theorised austerity as a form of violence, and with Grenfell, the mechanisms designed to administer the violence broke down. Instead of displacing 280 residents in the space of several years, they displaced them in the space of one night, killing 72 in the process.
the evidence from the inquiry, because what we wanted in terms of justice, which as Leona said, means different things to different people, what we wanted was the truth, what we wanted to change, and then what we wanted was prosecutions. One thing that I think sometimes we forget is that trauma does not have a sell-by date. And this community must heal. And we will not heal until we have justice.
Good.